One way that instructors can contextualize their classroom lessons is to look at the tasks that adults do in their daily lives. Talk to your students, find out what their interests are, and then base what you teach around those contexts. In other words, there's some tasks that we do daily, like shopping, driving. If we just examine what's involved with driving, you've got to be able to read, you've got to be able to interpret, you've got to be able to understand, you've sort of got to be able to multitask. And then talk to your students about how that might relate to the workplace, or if they're going for further study, how that might relate.
In teaching math, or any subject for that matter, you can't start at the end. You can't start with the abstraction that people have been using to solve problems or write books or do whatever. You have to start with your student and where they're at and what they already know. And they already know a tremendous amount about every field that you're going to teach in their own experience and in their own way. Usually not with the kind of language that you use and with the same kind of problem solving, but they know something. So in math, figure out what people know in relation to what you're trying to teach them. If you're trying to teach them about percentage, find out where percentage has shown up in their lives. Maybe they have bought something on credit and they know about percentages on credit. If you're trying to teach them something about angles, figure out where angles show up in their lives, in their bodies, in their houses, in the building that you're in. If you're trying to teach them about fractions, figure out if do they cook, have they ever cut a pizza up, whatever, have they ever divided something in half. Figure out what people already know and then build from that, because then their brains are going to be able to take the new information, the vocabulary and the ideas, and put it somewhere that makes sense for them.
When I've read some brain research, it talks about that when we learn new material, we blaze a new trail. And with our students, if we can hook on to their background knowledge or prior knowledge, something that they already know something about, we're not having to totally blaze that new trail. We're able to just help them to widen it a little bit. So that's what connecting to prior knowledge does. So it just makes the student more comfortable that it's not something totally new, that we're building on what they already know.